Jai Gurudev. The 35th anniversary of the International Art of Living Foundation was celebrated in New Delhi to the booming sounds of beating drums and the voice of over 3.5 million people singing in unison. The World Culture Festival 2016 was a celebration of the organization's legacy of service, spirituality, and human values, touching the lives of over 370 million people from 155 countries. Based on the principle of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the whole world is one family, the festival celebrated the diversity in cultures through the oneness of our human spirit. Among the dignitaries present was India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi. In his special documentary today, Sadhana captures the build-up to the festival and this global outpouring of love on one of the world's biggest stages.
India, a land long associated with a tradition of spirituality and mysticism. India, intrigue, insight, and inspiration. Along the scenic banks of the holy Yamuna River in New Delhi, His Holiness Sri Sri Ravi Shankar chose to host the 2016 World Culture Festival. A world coming together at a time our planet needs it the most. The world coming together to rejoice in the uniqueness of its people. A world coming together to celebrate 35 years of the Art of Living's philosophy of service, spirituality, and human values. The World Culture Festival 2016 celebrated the diversity in cultures from across the world, while simultaneously highlighting our unity as one human family, bound by the common thread of love. The sacred river itself is believed to be a symbol of love since the times of Lord Krishna, and seemed a perfect setting that resonated with the theme of the festival. A global family coming together to celebrate common human values, a celebration of unity in diversity, a celebration of oneness, a celebration of love.
It's a troubled world outside. There's no doubt about it. But we do know that we've made a difference, and we're going to continue to make a difference. So WCF is a celebration of the difference that's made and the difference that's going to continue to be made in the coming years. I remember coming to him 20 years ago, and we were small, but we were still big. We were small maybe in numbers, but we were huge in vision. That hasn't changed. The vision continues to be as large, as infinite as it was 20 years ago or even 35 years ago. But what has happened is, with so many people understanding this vision, aligning with this vision, and experiencing what Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankar has offered over 35 years, it has now taken a massive shape.
The World Culture Festival celebrated His Holiness Sri Sri Ravi Shankar's vision of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the whole world is one family. Sri Sri Ravi Shankar started his work in this direction 35 years ago through the Art of Living Foundation, with a strong emphasis on embracing people of all cultures in the spirit of oneness.
Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, he believes in a one world family. That's his motto. One world family, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. And this is what you will see here in Delhi. It's the coming together of the universe. You know, it's absolutely fantastic for people around the world, because where in the world can you go and meet the whole universe? So that is the gathering of the universe, where it's people and also a spiritual conclave.
So it's bringing people from various backgrounds, traditions, countries all together in the name of peace, world peace and harmony. And that's what it is all about. Starts from the individual and then into your communities and societies and the world at large. So here we're going to see the world coming together in the name of peace and harmony.
Art of living is more a principle. It's a philosophy of living life to its fullest. It's principle to find peace within oneself and to unite people in our society of different culture, traditions, religion, nationalities, reminding us all we have one goal of uplifting human life.
The World Culture Festival celebrated His Holiness Sri Sri Ravi Shankar's vision of Vasudeva Kutumbakam, the whole world is one family. Sri Sri Ravi Shankar started his work in this direction 35 years ago through the Art of Living Foundation, with a strong emphasis on embracing people of all cultures in the spirit of oneness.
There are a lot more people who have understood the value of being together. They've understood the value of what we offer. They've understood the experience of taking this forward in order to make sure they benefit a lot more out of what they've already benefited. So numbers have grown. We're talking in terms of 370 million people who've benefited from what we've been doing in the Art of Living for the last 35 years. It's just going to keep growing. And therein lies the joy. Joy, happiness can never increase unless we share it. You can never lock it away in a cupboard. You need to talk about it. You need to share it. You need to spread it. And that's what the Art of Living is all about. So the WCF over 3 days from the 11th to the 13th is a celebration of saying, let's all come together and have this fantastic group synergy.
Touted as a global Kumbh Mela of culture by many, including Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the 3-day festival saw the coming together of 3.5 million people from across 155 countries, all sharing the same space and platform to demonstrate world peace. Over 37,000 performers and artists from across the globe ascended the 7-acre stage, the world's largest ever, to promote peace and unity through arts and culture.
There's going to be a lot of cultural activities from all different countries, and also a lot of attendance by a lot of presidents and diplomats and ministers. See, these are the people that can make the difference, can make the shift in the world. So therefore, we need these people to attend our functions to see what this is all about and how you can celebrate in a spiritual realm and also as a universe.
Aimed at celebrating human values and spirituality through culture, music, arts and diversity, the World Culture Festival saw world and religious leaders, business minds and ordinary men and women come together with a feeling of interconnectedness. A special highlight of the festival was a powerful peace meditation led by Sri Sri Ravi Shankar.
Individual level, everybody is going to be sitting down and realizing the beauty of sitting in an atmosphere like this, to watch something visually so appealing, so aesthetic, and then to sit down and meditate and realize the beauty of going inward and realizing the joy in the silence within. And then, of course, we're talking in terms of bringing world leaders together. We're talking in terms of presidents, heads of states, prime ministers, ministers, parliament leaders who are coming from all around the world. And that assumes enormous significance. Just imagine, we are no longer confined to islands in this world. We cannot be islands or islanders anymore. We are a world which is merging together at so many different levels, whether it is political, whether it's economic, whether it is social, whether it's cultural. We are merging into each other. This is a complete reflection of that merging. And this is just going to take it forward. We are all human beings. We are part of humanity. This question of saying whether I belong to a certain sect or belong to a certain religion or belief system or belong to a certain country is putting a limitation. And limitations is very stressful. Where there's limitation, there's bound to be some amount of conflict. You remove those walls and remove the roofs, there is no limitation. Then what are we? We are all bound by this one simple denomination, which is we are all human beings. And when you experience that feeling that I am part of everybody else and others are part of me, I think you're free. And that's something that every human being strives for. Every human being wants a sense of freedom. He wants to say that whether I'm here, whether I'm there, whether I'm somewhere else, I have that sense of complete naturalness. I feel at home. Tell me one human being who doesn't want that. And that is something that the Art of Living has always achieved. You know, all that I've felt and what I tell people is, you know, when you come here for 3 days, just put away everything at home and just come here. You are home. Don't think in terms of who is sitting next to you or what's going to happen to you tomorrow or can you go back home safely or whether the performance is good, who's performing. Irrelevant. It's so irrelevant. 3 days, stay in that state of bliss. You are amidst the most high energy people that you can ever find on earth. Just, can you imagine? People are working, you sense energy. When they're all going to get together for these 3 days, it's going to be high energy. So you're going to be amidst the most beautiful, positive energy. Soak it all in. Take it all in. It's going to be so hard to imagine an event of this magnitude coming anywhere in any part of the world in the very near future. So just take it all in, soak in there, leave behind all your concepts, your perceptions, your preconceptions, leave it all behind. Just come here, you are family. I'll never say you're part of the family. You are family. Be here, be with us, just enjoy yourself and leave your mind behind. Just enjoy it all.
The World Culture Festival is the first of its kind to see a gathering of the world, neither for sport nor for business, but a colossal gathering of like-minded people coming together to identify themselves in the spirit of oneness.
This whole concept of a satsang. You know, satsang is all about saying, doing something that's going to keep everybody in that same consciousness. Instead of, you know, if you have 15 people in a room, you can have 15 people with 15 different thoughts in that one moment, right? But when you have music, when you have something that has to do with some aesthetic performance, culture, it could be dance, it could be a play, it could be music, you're actually bringing everybody's consciousness into one. It just becomes one collective consciousness. I think that brings about that sense of expansion in people. You feel elated, you feel elevated, you feel the sense of happiness which doesn't need a reason. And that's what we are. We forget that we are happy by nature. We were born happy. We don't need to depend on situations, people, circumstances, events. to be happy. And I think when you have a cultural event of this magnitude, you realize that, you know what, I don't need anything to be happy. I can sink myself into music. I can sink myself into the performances. I can sink myself into the colors that I'm going to be seeing out here. And that is what is going to make you really realize that you are happy by nature.
Africa also found its place on the world stage. Their African Beats performance was received as a resounding success. 650 vibrant drummers exhibited their talent to the record crowd, who were completely immersed in the grand spectacle of rhythm.
KZN has really come together. We've got quite a big delegation, but all together from Cape Town, Johannesburg and Durban, we're about 200 of us. And with Mauritius and the other African countries, it's just over 300.
We are connected. We are one united Africa. And together we will project to the world that we as Africa are united.
Our performance is actually called African Beats. So our performance is going to be, it's not only South African, as I said, we have Mauritius and the other African countries. So together with Mauritius and the other African countries, we are going to be performing at the opening ceremony, and we're very honored to do that as well. So it's going to be a blend of interactive drumming, traditional African dress and dancing. So with the rhythm of the African, the beats of the drums, we hope to actually inspire the whole crowd, the audience there, to join us and, bring out this rhythm within every individual, showing them our rich, diverse culture, diversity of South Africa and Africa.
Another hit with the festival goers was a dance performance to Waka Waka, the official song of the 2010 Soccer World Cup. Waka Waka marked a proud moment in the continent's history, as it generated peace and unity among all Africans and exposed the world to Africa's natural beauty, the warmth of its people, and its interesting cultures. A moment relived on the World Culture Festival stage.
This is where we make impossible possible. I've been going around Africa and holding dance workshops, teaching people, only men and women, how to dance, African dancing. And you will be amazed at the results. It's like some people who've never been on stage before, but tomorrow they're going to be on a world stage. I mean, a professional artist works all their life to achieve an international platform. Here, it's been created for us to be on an international platform amongst Bollywood stars. When will can you get that? And all my message was to all the people, you don't have to be an actor or a dancer or a professional to perform. All you need to be is a devotee, because Sri Sri Ravi Shankar makes everything possible for us.
Speaking about the festival, Sri Sri, as he is popularly called, said, "We are inspired to continue with more enthusiasm and greater speed to realize the dream, where life becomes a celebration and the world will become one family. The World Culture Festival is a celebration of achievement and a vision to do better."
Every country has its beautiful culture. I think this is another beautiful thing about the art of living. It always has propagated that as a human being, as a nation, hold your identification and respect it. At the same time, experience the fact that you are a global citizen. So to merge, keeping both intact. You don't have to give up one to experience the other. You can have your national identification, but you also realize that you are a global citizen today. The world is coming together. It is shrinking, it's just becoming one mass. So I think this is just the perfect place to come and witness it. To witness it, to be part of the energy, to be part of the excitement, and take it beyond it. Imbibe that into your life. Let everybody sit and say, I've seen this world come together. Let me start feeling that I am part of the world. And you can do it in so many ways.
When there is so much gap between communities, between nations, between ideologies, we give them one strong message. Look, we can coexist with our differences. We can love each other with our differences. Diversity is nature of this planet. Let us love the diversity. Let us care for the environment. Let's care for each other. This message we need to give.
Culture is there to keep us happy. Culture is there to keep us grounded. Culture is there to keep us hopeful and optimistic. And the world needs hope today.
It seemed like the festival courted innumerable challenges right up until the last minute. Untimely rains also threatened to disrupt the event. Yet, the millions of guests that braved the elements to be part of Sri Sri Ravi Shankar's spectacle of a one-world family bore testament to the steadfast faith of the thousands of Art of Living volunteers in their Guru's vision, sending a strong message on the power of absolute faith and hope in the face of adversity. This message resonated throughout the World Culture Festival, showing the world that despite the current challenges facing humanity, peace is still attainable. Cultural expression through dress, food, music, dance, and language makes us diverse but not different from each other. In fact, in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, "And when he sees me in all, and all in me, then I never leave him, and he never leaves me. And he, who in this oneness of love, loves me in whatever he sees, wherever this man may live, in truth, he lives in me." That same cultural celebration resonates a common joy throughout the universe, a joy which reminds us that we all smile in the same language, the language of love.